under the curse.
All right, I got a call here for a walk-in box that's warm. I actually got the text message last night, but I was already in bed. So I'm out here this morning and we'll check it out. Mr. Tippins. We'll grab a little gauger and we'll go scope this thing out real quick. All right, that's not looking too good. 56er. I changed this coil out years ago. Let's see. Grab the ladder. I'll start with checking the thermostat and the solenoid for starters. Let me set my tools down. That's the freezer condensing unit. That's the walk-in. I believe the breaker's right here. Cooler, freezer. Fan, lights. Okay, well that all looks good. Let's start with thermostat solenoid. You know, Mac, the basics. Alright, so it should be calling, so if I want to turn it off, I'll go like this. We can go way up to the sky. And what I'm going to listen for is my solenoid clicking. Yep, there it goes. Then we'll set it back. Yep, solenoid's calling. All right, now we're gonna go outside to the condensing unit. This is how I like to start these ones. Looky there, you see that? I bet we got 2 dead condenser fan motors. Oh yeah, baby, that's what we got going right there. Compressor's trying to run. The high head switch is saving it. Let's see. Yep, it's got head protection right there. And that's probably what's saving this thing. So I probably got 2 dead condenser fan motors. There's our defrost timer. It is way out of whack. Get that set up because the time change is coming. Probably got 2 dead condenser fan motors. condenser fan motors are hot. They're thermaled out. I can feel that. This one is a little more accommodating. Which is nice. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Making some progress. Got my extension, my 1/4 inch ratchet extension for these little nuts right here. Get those little buggers off. Fits right on there, see? Then I get my wrench, break them loose. We'll get these loose and then we'll see what we got for motors on the van. Alright, so I got the fan blades loosened up. I got my wires disconnected. So the set screws are loosened up in there. Now I can work on getting the fan blades off of both of these. And this is going to be a great time. Now I can backwash this condenser now that the fans are out of there. There's all kinds of crap in there. You see that? It's going to be a great time to get this all cleaned up. There's that Band-Aid from 1987 that you lost. This would be a great time to get this all cleaned up. But I want to get these off of here first. I'm gonna get a little spray of some WD-40 in there real quick and get these two fan blades off. This dude needs a wash up too. Freezer. The neighbor. Look at this. Just made it through the heat wave. Look at this fan's been dead longer, and you can tell because this side has all the dirt on it. So it's been running with one condenser fan for a long time, which is crazy because we had this gnarly heat wave like 2 weeks ago. Look at that. See, that's all compacted up there. Another one with no maintenance, but let's carry on. Just good old-fashioned WD-40. Got some in there going, soaking. Got some in there going. And I'm going to try and get these underneath. Break the fan free, wiggle it off of there. That's how I do them. See how lucky I get. That was the easiest fan blades that ever popped off in my life. How lucky is that? We're going to go clean these up. They're dirty. Fan motors off. We'll get all this cleaned up too. I wonder if those are 11:30 seconds. Let's see. Get those off there. All right, I got the motors out. I had to do a little Indiana Jones cleanup on there because it was looking like that. So I had to get the rag and scraper. So we got 50 watts. 230 volts, 1500 RPM counterclockwise. I don't stock those on my truck, so I had to go hunt two motors down. But I think before I go hunting and making a phone call, I'm gonna clean this thing up a bunch. Get everything tidied up and then see if I can find some motors. Best part of the day. The neighbor's so dirty. Chunk of lunka coming out of this thing. I was able to hook up to the hot water too, which was nice. Wow. There's quite a bit of debris coming out of there. See how much chocolate milk we get out of this dude. You know this one's gonna be terrible. Chocolatey. Yeah, I'll take the chocolate milk to go. Right here, I was able to hustle up a Mars 00507 and a Copeland, the actual OEM 950026401. Now, you can also get these motors at Grainger. Grainger will have these motors, but it's a Grainger part number. It's kind of an oddball. What you get with the OEM is you get longer leads, and it already comes with the spade connectors heat shrinked in on the OEM, which is nice. Price was the same, and shorter wire leads on the Mars, but basically the same motor. And what makes these motors unique is the three bolt pattern on the face to mount these, and that's what makes them unique. So let's get them back together. All right, well, that's the starting point. Fans back in, on and running. Now, the condensate drain for the waalk box is plugged, and I'm sure the evaporator coil is filthy too, so I got to check those. But I want to get this running just to get the box cooling. All right, so I got the condensing unit running. You guys are going to love this. Check it out. So the drain pan shot, that's what this is for. And there's the back of her coil. She's done. Let me go get the numbers off this. It's time to do the coil again. I got a video on this from about 7 or 8 years ago. We did this one. We're gonna do it again. Need to get the numbers off the coil, and this is so far back I didn't use the Penn Johnsons that have the built-in defrost. The new one I will, and I'll see about switching this over to 448 alpha Cliff's Bride.